Hello everyone, welcome to all. This is the first video lecture of the upcoming video lecture series on analog electronic circuit, and in this very first lecture we are going to learn about a member of transistor family known as field effect transistor. Field effect transistor. In short, FET. The first letter of field, the first letter of effect, the first letter of transistor are taken to form this abbreviated form FET. In this session, we are going to deal with the definition of FET, its construction and working principle, and its characteristic, and mathematical equation which justify equation which will justify the behavior of this device. And at the end of this chapter, we are going to solve some numerical problems that can be asked in any of the competitive exams like GATE or IES or some PSU recruitment exams, or any other or can be asked in any semester exams. So moving to the definition of FET, which is known as field effect transistor. Field effect transistor. In this name itself, the word field indicates the electric field. The electric field. The definition of FET says that it is a semiconductor device whose operation wholly depends on the electric field. That means the operation is controlled by the applied electric field. The operation, what do we mean by the operation? The operation means the flow of current. The flow of current. The operation is nothing but the flow of current. The flow of current inside the device, the flow of current, let's assume this is the device, this is a FET. Current flows inside the device. This flow of current is wholly depend on the applied electric field. And as per the previous knowledge, we know that the electric field is due to the applied voltage, is due to the applied external voltage, because we know the definition of voltage or potential V equal to integration of E dot dl. This is the basic definition of voltage from physics. Here there is a negative sign also exist, but we can omit the negative sign. So V equal to E dot dl. That means the electric field is due to the applied voltage. Or we can say that if a electric field exists, then there is a voltage or potential is developed. So the flow of current inside the device can be controlled by applied external voltage. So from this definition itself, we can say that the FETs are voltage controlled device. The FETs are voltage controlled devices. Types of FET. Basically, FETs are divided into two categories, two types. Two types of FETs are there. The first one is junction field effect transistor, in short JFET. Junction field effect transistor, field effect transistor. And the second one is IGFET, IGFET, insulated gate, insulated gate field effect transistor. These are commonly known as MOSFETs. MOSFETs. MOSFETs means metal oxide semiconductor field effect transistors. In this type of transistors, there are a oxide layer, oxide layer. Generally, silicon dioxide layer is there. These are used as insulating material. These are used as insulating materials. And above this oxide layer, there is a metal layer from which terminals are pulled out. For the time being, just focus on this topic, that is JFET, because in this section we are going to learn about JFET only. After completing this section, we will move to the IGFET section, that is MOSFET. We will see this topic later, but now we will see about JFET. So now we will start the topic JFET, that is junction field effect transistor. The first letter here indicates junction. Before starting this topic, I am assuming that we all are aware of the construction and working principle of a PN junction diode, PN junction diode. Because the construction has some similarity with PN junction diode. Here the junction in JFET, the word junction indicates the PN junction. We know that from the construction of PN junction diode, we know that a PN junction can be formed by taking a p-type semiconductor and a n-type semiconductor into a same crystal, and at this meeting point a junction is formed. This concept we know already this concept is known to us. Similarly, here also in case of JFET, there is a junction do exist, and this junction is nothing but a PN junction. That means a JFET is constructed by using extrinsic semiconductors. And as there is a junction, so both type of extrinsic semiconductors are used, but their concentration level, that means the doping concentration may be may not be same. Now moving to the construction part. In this section, we will see how to manufacture or construct a JFET. In JFET, the letter J represents the PN junction. To manufacture a PN junction, we need both the type of semiconductor. That means we need P-type semiconductor as well as the N-type semiconductor. The first step to manufacture a JFET is to construct a substrate. The substrate is nothing but a semiconductor wafer. Wafer means a thin layer of material made up of made up of semiconductor crystal. The next step, it may be this semiconductor is obviously extrinsic semiconductor. Extrinsic, as we need both P type and N type, and these are the extrinsic semiconductor. This substrate can be made up of either of P type or maybe of N type. Let's assume, for this case, let's assume we have made this wafer by using N-type material. N-type material. We can also make by using P-type material. The next step is to grow a region by using other type of semiconductor. Other type means we are using N-type as substrate. Then we have to grow this region by using P-type material. P-type material. Then in this area also we have to grow by using P-type material. P-type material. This P-type material is having higher concentration level than N-type material. So this P-type region can also be written as P plus. This is also P plus. P plus means higher concentration as compared to N-type material. This P-type region, both the P-types region are known as gate region. Gate region. The next step is to grow a contact, metallic contact in this region. In this also this region. This metallic contact is used to pull out a terminal here and here. This terminal are known as gate G, gate terminal. That means, is it true that the JFET is having two gate terminal? Then the answer is no, because these two gate terminals are internally sorted. That means they are internally connected to each other. Then a common single terminal is extracted, and this terminal is known as gate G. Then the next step is to develop a metallic contact in the sides also, like this, and here also, like this, both the sides. This is also due to extract a terminal here and here. This terminal is known as source terminal, source S. This terminal is known as drain, DRAIN, drain D. The area in between the gates, the two gates, is known as channel. That is the pathway between source to drain. Source to drain is known as channel. As the channel is made up of n-type semiconductor, so name of the channel is n-channel, and the whole device is known as n-channel JFET. N-channel JFET. So till now, we came to know that the JFET is a three-terminal device. Three-terminal device. The gate terminal is first one. This is the first terminal. The source is the second terminal, and the drain is the third terminal. Drain is the third terminal. So the JFET is a three-terminal device. Terminal number one is known as gate G. Terminal two is the source S, and terminal number 3 is the drain D. Similarly, similarly, we can also manufacture a p-channel JFET by using a p-type semiconductor edge substrate and n-type semiconductor edge gate region. I am drawing a p-channel JFET in which this is the p-type material used as substrate, and this is n plus gate, n plus gate. See, the same way the metallic contacts are developed. And terminals can be extracted. These terminals are internally connected and a common terminal are extracted. This is known as gate G, which is n-type gate, and this terminal is source S, and this terminal is drain G, drain D. Here the channel type is p-type channel, p channel. So this device is known as p channel JFET, p channel JFET. If we go through the circuit symbol, then the circuit symbol represents three terminal of JFET: first terminal, second terminal, and third terminal. The first terminal is a gate terminal. We can differentiate the gate terminal from the others by seeing this arrow. If the arrow is inward, then this is n channel JFET. Channel JFET. If the arrow is outward, that means that means something like this, then this is P channel. The arrow, the terminal having the arrow mark is the gate channel, and the one is source and the other one is drain. How to difference source and drain? Then there is no problem. If we interchange the source and drain, there is no effect in the physical behavior of the JFET. We should know one point is that how the gate regions are grown. Gate regions are grown. By using the process of diffusion, the gate region is developed or the gate region is grown. A P plus type semiconductor are diffused into the N type substrate to develop the gate region. And the second point is that the terminal source S are used as the common terminal for both the other terminal. That means the voltage is applied at gate terminal and as well as drain terminal with respect to the source S. That means the applied voltage at gate G is known as VGG or VGS, as the source terminal is the common terminal for the gate terminal. The voltage also applied across gate G and sources. Similarly, the voltage applied at drain terminal is known as VDD or VDS. Voltage applied at drain terminal with respect to S terminal. So, the terminal S or source terminal is a common terminal for both gate and drain. This is a common practice to use source terminal as the common terminal. Now, the next topic is terminal voltage. For this topic, we have to go through the previous picture that I have drawn earlier. This picture. I have already said that there are two terminal voltages. One is VGG or VGS and another one is VDD or VDS. The source terminal is common for both the gate and drain terminal. So the voltage applied will be with respect to source always. VGG or VGS is applied between source and drain terminal, and for N channel JFET the VGS or VGG is always V negative, like this. The VDS will be applied between drain and source, and for N channel JFET this must be positive, that is something like this. This is VDS or VDD. The VGS otherwise known as VGG. For N channel JFET this is N channel JFET. For N channel JFET VGG is negative, whereas VDD is positive. There is two PN junction exist near the gate end. The gate region is P-type semiconductor and the substrate region is N-type semiconductor. That means at the meeting of gate and substrate, that means this region, a PN junction do exist. A PN junction do exist. Similarly, at this region also a PN junction do exist. a p-n junction do exist. Look at the VDS. When a positive voltage is applied at drain terminal, the majority charge carrier in n-type semiconductor, that means the electrons will be attracted towards the drain end. That means the majority charge carriers will flow through this area to reach at the drain end. The electrons will be attracted from source end to drain end, resulting into a current from drain to source, and this current will be known as drain current ID. And for n-channel JFET, the current direction will be from drain end to source end. That means like this. This is the current direction ID from drain to source. As the majority charge carriers electrons are moving from source to drain, the current direction should be opposite to that of charge flow direction. So the current direction should be from drain to source. As the charge carriers are originating from the source end, that's why the name is like that, that is source. As the charge carriers, majority charge carriers are dumping into drain end, that's why the name is like that, that is drain. As the charge carriers are flowing in between the two gate areas, that's why this gate region, that's why this region means the region between the two gate regions are known as channel. By controlling VGS, that is voltage applied at gate end, the value of current ID can be controlled. The value of current ID can be controlled. That's why the name is like that. That means gate is named so. The current ID is only due to the majority carriers present in the n-type substrate, that means electrons. As the ID consisting of only one type of carrier, so the JFET are popularly known as unipolar devices. That unipolar means only single charge carrier is responsible for current conduction. This is the end of the session. In this session, we came to know the definition of JFET definition, then construction, then circuit symbol, then terminal voltage, and some interesting points about JFET. In the next class, we are going to study the operation of n-channel JFET. Thank you.